Alright, sorry about the huge delay, guys, but I was up doing stuff when the maintenance ended. So let's get rolling on this new content, shall we? Okay. That was a long maintenance. That was what, 2 hours, give or take? So, it was pretty long. Anyways, hopefully everyone had fun during the last 2 weeks with all the time off we had. So I'm going to start off like I normally do. I'm going to go take a look at the welfare suit, and I'm going to go from there. Make sure you guys let me know if I'm too quiet or the background audio is too loud or whatever, because as we all know, me and audio balancing, we don't go too well together. Okay, let's take a look at the new event here. Oh, I see they've extended the deep coin stuff. Cool. Okay, iron coin. Bolt. Come on. Come on, there we go. Okay, let's take a look at this. Head-mounted Vulcan trash. Mobile fighter, heavy armor. The word tags really aren't that helpful. That's actually really, like, slow even for a welfare. Okay, no, the head is purely an aesthetic piece. That's completely useless. Hyper mode, melee attack, defense, speed, mobile fighter. Okay, at least that's close combat. Really low stats. Well, I guess it's normal for a welfare. Okay. At least the numbers, I guess, are okay on the multiplier, but it's not really that handy. Music's covering my voice a bit. Okay, give me a second here. Let me lower that a little bit more. Alright, there. Let me know if that's any better. Okay, mobile fighter, heavy armor. 891 melee, ooh. And the graviton hammer is BD, and a melee defense boost on it. Man, that's just, ugh. 0 out of 10, man. Okay, what do we got for the legs? Something cool? With power attribute, melee crit rate. Mobile fighter, close combat. At least has, close combat. The problem I have with the mobile fighter tag, not enough good parts, like standalone good parts, have it. If you're going for a very specific build that uses the mobile fighter tag, you can probably pull out something pretty good, but in general, the tag's just not that useful. And I know Sukiya's got some choice words for me, what with all the G fighter suits he builds, but for a normal general use player. Anyways, yeah. Oh, backpack, something cool. While mobile fighter, melee power boosted. This is just a worse Titus back. That's all this is. You pretty much have to gimp yourself by using a more difficult to obtain tag, and you get a 25% boost, whereas the Titus back, which is also base blue rarity, gives you, if I remember right, it's 30%? Let me see here, because I know I have it in my... Yeah, right, Gundam Age, that's how they out. I really wish they were more consistent with how they name stuff. Oh, this is sort of by date, Jesus. Okay, so it's a 3-star. It's a backpack. And there's the audio lagging out again on me. Yeah, I was trying to get this to work. There it is, there's the H Titus. Yeah, when you're attacking with physical, melee power is boosted by 25. So it's the same percent boost, but this doesn't require a jank-ass word tag. So, yeah, and it also has high firepower and close combat. So it's probably going to see a lot more use for players. And because you'll probably end up getting it by accident when you're rolling on banners for stuff. But I guess that's a pretty okay alternative when you think about it, because you can just trade up for it through the shop. But overall, I'd say because of the tag it requires, it kind of suffers. Why are all the G-Fighters so trash? I don't think calling them outright trash is exactly fair. I just think that they don't have standalone good parts, but depending on how you put together a kit, you can get some pretty good results from it. It's just unfortunately they're overshadowed by all the other parts. They're not bad, they're just not as good. If I were to gold a part, Jun, I would probably say the back, only because out of all the parts, it's kind of the most useful. Yeah, but since you can EX10 without golding, right? None of these are really that useful. Why not draw a Quant or Wing? I don't have any interest in Quant or Wing. They're just not really suits up my alley. Anyways, back to this. Suit gear. Okay, yeah, normal shop stuff. Oh, hey, we got these. Nice. Nice. Okay, and standard capsule tickets. Let's move on to the gadget stuff, shall we? Okay, Gundam Battle Festival. We'll start with the Age FX. Middle shooter, boost funnel uptime. So that's pretty neat, but the big issue still comes in where they're just not offensive enough. Here's the thing, right? When on paper, this sounds like a really good addition to bring in because funnel uptime 50% or whatever. What's the base value on this? Probably what, 30? Yeah, 30 is the base. So on paper, that sounds really good, but the issue that I have, and I'm pretty sure most people have with funnels, they don't attack often enough. Increasing the duration doesn't fix that. All it does is add more attacks in a roundabout way. They need to add a more offensive funnel option. Like, if they set it up so funnel uptime was reduced by 50%, but the trade-off is they acted twice as fast, that would be an amazing trade-off. But as it stands right now, increasing the duration doesn't do nearly as much. It sounds good, it's just not as good as what I think people are expecting it to bring. So, what do we got? 29-20, so that's slightly lower than average shot attack, a pro tag, high firepower. At least it has decent tags, I guess. One big downside is because this is a festival, meaning it's limited, it shouldn't have that low shot attack, although I guess it is probably going to be focusing more on the melee spec, but even then, because you need to use a middle shooter with it, that's just... I don't like the way it comes together. The tags are nice, the trait sounds good on paper, but the stats don't really work with everything else it's kind of shoveling in. It's weird, man. Flammy, even if you have funnels up 100% of the time, it's not going to change the core issue that they just don't attack often enough to be that useful. Anyways, chest. FX burst mode. Yep, raise your melee attack by %, beam resist by %, and you resist flinching. Pro tag, high firepower. Yeah, okay, that's more of a festival suit there with those stats. I'd say that chest is pretty cool. It's nothing new, but it probably adds a unique particle effect based on what FX burst mode is. I don't think I would roll for this part, but it would be cool to have. Actually, what's its normal values? Because that's probably 20%. Okay, yeah, 20% is pretty beefy. Okay. And the tags help. Alright, that's an okay part. Yeah, feeds into each other. That's pretty nice. What about the arms? Pro tag, high firepower. Cool. Here's A minus. Ooh, that is a very interesting spread that they have. If they were switched where it was A minus power and B plus pierce, I think this would be a lot better. As it is, unfortunately. Melee attack of your squad gets a boost by 29% and you heal. Unfortunately, you're losing a very healthy amount of melee attack, 29-22. You're getting a good amount of shot attack out of it though, so it can be used in either a melee or shot build, and that does feed into the pro tag and high firepower tag combination. Unfortunately, I don't like the EX skill very much. This is weird. It's almost like a stat stick with GIMP stats on it. It's very, very odd. Not a bad part, not an amazing part. Kind of in the middle area, I would say. Alright, legs. C funnels. Launch C funnels in all directions, so it's a funnel type, A plus D. Beam melee, so it looks like they're an offensive type, much like the moon. I assume it's going to fire off probably the same amount as a normal funnel part, so, okay. Pro tag, oh, they had to give a Gundam type. Ugh. I don't have any funnel parts. Yeah, the funnel parts are just in a weird place right now. I really hope that they do something to overhaul them, because they have the potential to be amazing. That's all it is. They have the potential. 965 melee, 553 shot, so it's definitely a melee spec. Unfortunately, the Gundam type word tag kind of makes it useless. Oh, okay, not useless, but it definitely hits the overall usefulness of the part. And the EX skill with the funnels, unfortunately, that's just not a really powerful spread for funnels right now. Funnels just aren't in a good place. You need high power for them to actually really do anything other than be potentially a EX avoid frame or like an interrupt. So the EX skill's more or less a write-off. The stats are nice, and it has one really nice word tag on it. Alright, barrier tackle. Spin C funnels on your back, blah blah blah. Melee attack up, melee defense up. Are those the max values? Really? Oh. Ugh. Ugh, Jesus. Okay. So, with less than 20% melee and defense boost, that's not really that high. A minus, B minus spread. We run into the same issue we had a couple of parts ago, where if these were switched, it would be a much stronger part for a melee skill. Unfortunately, just not looking hot. Pro tag, and it has Gundam type again. The stats are nice for a backpack, but again, it's just not that amazing a part. Especially when you think about the fact it's in the festival. Ugh. Like, it's okay. It's definitely okay, but that's really it. Alright, let's take a look at the good old Stungle. When buffed, EX skill power boost. Oh, that's nice. Okay. So this is a really easy thing to hit. It's a power type, pro tag, high firepower, so you can use this on a melee build, you can use this on a shot build, and when you're buffed, your EX power gets a decent boost. As this is a very easy trait to activate, as most things will give you some kind of buff at this point, I'd say this is pretty nice, especially if you're a melee suit. That's pretty nice to slap in there. Comes with a little bit of melee attack to boot. You have a relatively high shot attack if you want to put this into your shot build. High firepower and pro tag. This is definitely, though, I think would shine best in a melee build. It definitely does not suck for a shot build, but definitely more so on melee. That's pretty cool. I like that, actually. Okay, so Flammy, when they say buff, it means if you are affected by a buff. So if you look under your HP bar when you're playing, symbols will show up there when you're being affected by a buff, or you'll have an aura around you if you have a aura awakening. I don't know if awakenings count as buffs, I'm going to assume they do, but whenever an icon is below your HP bar, that means you currently have an active buff or debuff. Gotta remember, there are debuffs in this game. A lot of people forget that. Alright, Daidal Bazooka. Same specs on the melee and shot. When power, attribute, initial EX skill. Ooh, that's nice. Okay, pro tag and high firepower. So much like its cousin, this is a very nice part. Being able to cut down your initial EX skills so you can pop them right away is very convenient, especially with the way that arena meta is working right now. If you watch the video that Scuba Sage and I made, what was it, like a week ago now, where we talked about that, he does bring up that it's pretty much just race to get your EX skills off. So this is a pretty nice part for that. It helps in the current arena too, because, you know, it's a bazooka. Did we get anything for the maintenance? I haven't actually looked at the notification yet. I just saw that the game was back up, so I hopped back to get this done as quick as possible. Alright, let's take a look at the Stray Blue frame now. Ooh, I like the silhouette. That looks really nice in that model viewer. That looks really nice. Alright, Eagle Stellan, so right off. Yep, 14%. It's garbage. A shot attack. Hey, armor. Okay, melee attack. Ace exclusive for space. Like, the best you're really going to get out of this is the Ace exclusive and shot attack that's on it. That's really all it's got going. Considering it's lacking, like, what, 900 shot attack to what we can get using premium material, I just don't think this is... Aesthetically, I think it looks really good. Practically, I don't think it's worth it. Alright, well, for space, shooting power boosted. Okay. Nice armor, melee, shot attacks pretty decent, ace exclusive for space. And here's the beef, right? There's only a few maps in the game that actually activate the word tag, that are space maps. So there's really no reason to run a 4 space tag in the first place unless you're really looking to activate this one specific part trait or an extra 1% parameter boost. Overall, the AX skill is very much a niche thing. If you're someone building a suit around this part to get that shooting boost, full power to you. I don't think it's worth it in any way, shape, or form. I don't think that part's very useful for most players. Okay, dual sabers category equipped, melee power. Okay, so it's the Susanoo arms. Alright. Ace exclusive for space. That's a very interesting stat spread for it. So, if this was not a Sokai part, if this was not a limited part, so if it wasn't in Festival or Sokai, I would say this is a nice part to replace the Susanoo arms with. The stat distribution looks really nice on it for what it is, has a very nice part trait on it, has the Ace exclusive word tag. Quite unfortunately, as it is in the limited section, 17% melee boost, I don't think it's worth throwing your Haro at it for. If you like the aesthetics of it and you really want it, you're not really losing out if you get it. However, I think there are better options available. If it at least had like Pro Tag or something on it or Close Combat, but Ace exclusive. Legs. Serpent Bite. Attack with dual knives held in a backhand grip, striking enemies like a snake. Plus B-. Low cooldown. Ace exclusive, close combat, okay specs on it. The issue I have is this is clearly designed to be a physical focused suit, but it's packing the shot attack on it, which I find to be very, very weird. Bale arms probably better. You guys are on the right track there. Aesthetically, I think I like the blue frame more, but in terms of meta, I would give the Bale arms the win. But anyways, regarding the legs, this is just kind of a hodgepodge. You have a nice melee tag, you have a great shot tag, you have decent stats, you have an EX skill that's built for physical, even though the rest of the part really isn't. If you're looking for a part for your shot machine to get that Ace exclusive tag, I would say this might be a contender. It looks really nice, at least to me, has a decent amount of shot attack on it, and it comes with Ace exclusive. If you're looking at this for a melee build, it has close combat, the EX skill can be replaced with a myriad better options, but it does have nice melee attack. Overall, it's a hodgepodge part that doesn't quite know what it wants to do. It's okay at best. Alright, tactile arms. Are you gonna blow my mind? AD. Oh. Transform your tactile arms into sword and gatling to attack in waves. Raise melee and shot of your squad by 1%. What's the level 1% on this? Because I assume that's what most people are gonna. 15. It's not that bad, I guess. Ace exclusive, close combat, okay stats. I would say this would be a really good part to put on a machine that you're bringing with you. I don't know, running this on your main, this would definitely be convenient for another suit to have due to the fact that its buff affects everybody. Yeah, the tags just kind of do whatever. Again, you have a really nice shot tag, you have an okay melee tag. The specs on it are kind of leaning towards shot. Like, this suit screams, I want to be a shot attack machine, but also have a side of melee available just in case. And it's like, but why? Why do you want the player to split it up? So it's just weird, man. The backpack is neat, but it's not something that I would go out of my way to roll for. And, ooh, the Armor Schneiders. I guess that makes sense. When in multi-mission sortie, initially... Really? Really? Okay, so for one, I'm really cool with the fact that they added a multi-mission sortie trigger. That is really cool. That gives a lot of possibilities for multi-mission specific builds. I'm okay with that. I like this. Flip side, initial EX skill charge boost by %, that can just go in the trash because frankly this is just not worth building around. Why? There's so many cool things they could do with this. Like, I'm glad they showed their hand that this is possible. Ace exclusive close combat, 500-ish melee shy of being top tier, gives you a healthy chunk of armor. There's better dual blades available in the game. Because whenever you look at dual blades, you have to compare them to the Gerber Straight Tiger Pierce, and unfortunately, good luck beating those. That's all I have to say. Okay. We're done with the machines. Let's move on to pilots. Before I do, if you just want my quick advice on where to roll for these banners, roll purely for love, don't roll for meta. Neither of these suits, in my opinion, are really worth it. They look great, but anyways, I can't remember who the 4-star. Okay, Yuu is 4-star, and yeah, Chibodee is 3. Okay, so we'll look at Chibodee first. He is a infighter. Okay, melee attack, power attribute, all. Why? Why do you do this to us? Who hurt you? Devs, who hurt you? Okay, so he's an infighter. When your power attribute, all shot attack is raised by %. Who decided on this? Who threw the dart at the board? Who does this? Mobile fighter for urban. The tags make sense in lore. Unfortunately, they're just not a good combination of tags, in my opinion, to run on a pilot. I don't know what to say. That's pretty much it. Okay. When armor is 80% or less, Buffy X skill effect. Okay, so enmity type, it's not really worth it. He's an outfighter. GM type, close combat. He has one good tag. GM type's pretty much a wash. The trait's not really that handy, and he has a, yeah, he has a stat spread. That's definitely how I would do it. Okay. So overall, my general opinion of this banner was could have used a little more time in the oven. The suits are aesthetically very nice. The pilots, yeah, we're not going to talk about the pilots. I like some of the parts that I saw on the machines. The welfare has like one interesting part, the rest of it's not really worth it. Hopefully the Zokai banner is nice. Don't forget, guys, that this month we only have 2 event batches, so we only have 4 of the. Man, I've had my window open all this time, and like just as I'm about to wrap up and finish, the one car in the entire town drives past. Really? Anyways, so we only have the 2 events this month. We have this. We're most likely gonna have the Zokai after this. So we're only gonna get the 4 dust. I would say this is a pretty good time to pick the Sanaka pool if you didn't pick it from last month for the dust, but it's truly up to you when you want to use it for. In case you didn't know what the bug was as well, because the bug was kind of a big deal. People that were rolling on the HC banner, so anything that cost Haro chips, would take the chips and then crash, and you wouldn't get the parts, and the game would keep your Haro chips. So it was kind of a critical bug for them to fix. That's why the maintenance lasted for so long. So I'm not really mad at them for it. That is kind of important to make sure it works, especially when you're about to drop brand new content like this. So anyways, I don't want to ramble on for too long, guys. Thanks for tuning in and watching. I'm really glad that all this stuff's kicking back in. I really miss doing these videos. Yeah. I will see you guys in the next one.